Good morning, Americans. This is your favorite alien and Bubba here on Friday, May 22nd, 2020, TGIF. And I wanted to do a story today that on me, what happened last night. Well, here at Atherton Place, we're still locked down till the 12th of June, or maybe later, depending on how this coronavirus goes. But anyway, they have their usual, they call it good food, I call it lousy. They had the what you call the overcooked catfish, which was hard as a rock, or uh, Parmesan eggplant. Yeah, you guys tell me what that is, huh? Anyway, me and my wife ordered out. But last night I had a strange dream. And I could only put it because I had to order out to Domino's. But here it goes anyway. In the dream, I walked into the doors of heaven. And I thought I would see St. Peter. But no St. Peter there. As I went closer to the door, they kept on playing, "Thanks for the memories." And who's doing the checking in? Bob Hope. Or as he said, Bob Hope. And the first thing he asked me, "Are you a Republican?" I said, "No, and I'm not Democrat either. Those two are terrible." And I said, "Well, wait a second. What are you doing here? Isn't St. Pete supposed to be here?" And he says, "Well, the boss decided after 2 millennia he needed 6 months of R&R. So he's got 6 months of R&R. I says, "Well, that explains that." He says, "What do you mean?" And I says, "Well, Mr. Hope, since you started back in January, things have gotten bad down there." He said, "Why? Isn't that the Democrats taking over now?" I says, "Well, I know you didn't like the Republicans and you like Tip O'Neill. But, Tip O'Neill's over here with you, isn't he?" He says, "Yeah, I just had lunch with him yesterday." I says, "Well, uh, his successor now is a lady named Nancy Pelosi." And she says, "What? That little old lady from Pasadena is the House Speaker?" Oh, boy. I says, "Yeah. And the president is Trump." And he said, "That lousy guy from the Taj Mahal, who I lost money because of him." I said, "Yes, Mr. Hope, he's the president." And he says, "Well, there's a lot of Americans here that's coming in through this tile, and they've been mad at me ever since they came in here." I says, "Yeah, about 96,000 of them, right?" He says, "Yeah." He said, "See, Mr. Hope, they outnumber what you did in Korea and Vietnam. Remember those USO tours you used to go to?" He says, "Well, yeah." I says, "Well, Mr. Hope, now this pandemic down there has killed over 96,000 Americans." And he says, "And that's Trump?" I says, "Well, yeah, he's still doing the same thing he did when you remember him in the casino over in Taj Mahal. Screwing people. And that's what he's doing to the American people as president." And he says, "Then you got that little old lady from Pasadena that's messing up the thing. What's this that I hear over here? That's something about Obamacare." And he says, "Well, that happened about 10 years ago when she was speaker the first time. And they put her back in there." I says, "Well, you got to talk to your Democrats there and somehow or another ask the boss to bring you back down here and put him back in line. Will you bring Tip O'Neill if you can?" And he says, "Well, just for that, you get to go back home and tell the people what I told you. Get straightened out here. Forget about the cobwebs in your head." I says, "Well, I call them watermelons." He says, "Well, I like the cobwebs." And I said, "And the oil in your ears?" He says, "No, they got corn on the cob in the ear." I says, "Well, I'll tell them that, Mr. Hope." Next thing I knew, I was woken up here, and all I could hear in my ringing in my ears was, "Thanks for the memories." So I just wanted to pass this up to your Americans here. Mr. Hope is very upset that you guys are coming down the line. So this is your favorite alien and Bubba. Good day.